Welcome back to back here at Gridiron Talk. I'm here with...
I'm Frank. He's Addison. Thanks for joining us.
So, what I learned is Steelers lost the other day, but guess what? We still have a chance. Why? Because we're dead last at 3-7. How about you?
Browns played okay. They could have basically once the Bills found out that they can run the ball on us, we were pretty much fucked. They were getting like 9 yards of play. We were in the game. We had a key fumble that when we were driving, we were up 10-6. We had a key fumble that gave the ball, and they ended up scoring at the end of the half. And then we had two drop touchdowns that would have made the game close, but the Bills ended up pulling away. We had a late touchdown to make it give us a shot at an onside kick that we almost recovered. We couldn't pull it out. We have one more game without our starting quarterback, Deshaun Watson. We're facing the Bucs. It's going to be a tough game coming off the bye. Brady looks like, since he's officially been divorced, he's back to his old self. He's 2-0. But if they can somehow find a way to win this game, you have Watson for the last 6 against 3 division opponents, 2 of which we've beaten, 1 of which we played very well against on the road with our backup. And then we play the Saints, who, are hit or miss. And we play the Texans, who, I know it's Watson's first game back, but the Texans haven't looked good all year. They have 1 win. They look like they're in the QB sweepstakes. And then we play the Commanders, that'll be our second to last game. And if we are still contending at that point, it could be a game that I can see us possibly overlooking because we play you guys the last week of the season. And that's a division game, and quite frankly, that's more important. But at that point, they'll all be important. Because at 9-8, the only way you're making the playoffs is if you win out, obviously, and then you have to hope Baltimore stumbles. Cincinnati, I'm not as much worried about because they haven't won any division games. So if we could beat them, we'll have more division wins than them because they can only win 3, and that might only be our third. But nonetheless, the only way we're getting into the playoffs is through the division. And the only way we're getting into the playoffs is if we somehow can find a way to stop the Bucs. I'm not saying it's going to happen. It's possible. Bucs have lost to teams that we didn't think they could lose to this year. It's at home, and it really is do or die the rest of the year. We can't afford to lose. And with our quarterback coming back, hopefully that we could beat those 3 teams that aren't in our division, and then we can compete in those 3 teams in our division like we have so far this season. And then I think that gives us our best shot at potentially getting a playoff spot. But, we are in last place just like you guys. We're 3-7, and this is me being an optimistic Cleveland fan per usual. But if we do lose this week, I will concede to you. Our season is over.
All right, we were having a discussion.
That's all I'm saying.
I started the show.
Do you see how I laid it out a little bit?
I started the show because
makes a little more sense
later. How would he told me the Browns still had a chance.
That's the only way. I'm not
basically saying
we had to win out.
Let me talk first. I let you talk. Basically saying Deshaun Watson's going to come in and win every single game, and that's basically what needs to happen.
Right. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm saying it's possible.
2 years. All I'm saying is, and comment for once, no one watches us anyway. We just discuss between ourselves. I'm just saying, if I stood here saying the Steelers 3-7, let's say they fire Matt Canada.
Okay.
And we have a new offensive coordinator, and I'm saying we're going to run the table.
Can I be honest with you?
We could.
Can I be honest with you?
Can
I be honest with you?
So much shit.
Can I be honest with you? When the Browns fired our coordinator and we went on a run, I could see that happening with Kenny Pickett. If the new coordinator game plans to his strengths and what he did in college, you guys have a good enough defense, you can compete in every game. You saw it this week. You were in that game. We put up 30 points.
We put up 30 points, but Matt Canada fell asleep in the second half.
And that may have happened, but what I'm saying is your defense is good enough. You could be in every game the rest of the year. It comes down to you with the rookie QB.
Probably will be, but
okay,
our offense is going to let us down. That's why I'm not going to sit here and say...
And that's fine. If you don't believe... I have no reason not to believe in my offense. The problem I have to deal with is my defense. My offense is already producing.
Yeah, I guess.
You know what I mean? I'm hoping that if Deshaun Watson comes back, that maybe our defense will be like, oh my God, our quarterback's back, and they'll actually start playing fucking defense. The offense, we're putting up numbers with Jacoby fucking Brissett.
Bad.
I'm pretty sure we'll be able to put up numbers with Watson, who I get, he's coming off. You're not wrong. He hasn't played in 2 years, but he has a freaking Pro Bowl running back, and he has Amari Cooper And they're going to respect Watson more than they probably respect Brissett. That means your boxes aren't going to get stacked as much. That gives more room for Nick Chubb, more play action. You give them time to get back in the game. You have RPO you can run.
But also,
your offense opens up so much more.
Of defenses attacking Watson immediately.
And that's fine. He
hasn't played in 2 years.
So
how is he going to?
And that's
how is he going to fit into that immediately? He could be a totally different quarterback than we've seen at Houston.
When it comes down to it, I trust Stefanski's offense and how if he can produce with Brissett, there's no way he can't produce with Watson. Now, in my defense, now don't get me wrong, the Bills going back to this game, it took them almost a quarter and a half to realize if you give Devin Singletary the ball, he's getting 9 yards. And once they did that, we couldn't stop him. But Josh Allen still didn't have a great game against us, and it could have been his injury because Josh Allen didn't look great.
Kansas City looks like the best team in football.
If we could stop the run, we could compete with anybody because our offense, even though Brissett's playing quarterback, produces. And we're turnovers away from games being a lot closer than they were.
A lot of those points. I mean, Brissett is producing more than I thought he would, but
he had 300 yards and 3 tutties. One touchdown was in garbage time. One touchdown. The other 2 were to Cooper, and we were in the game still.
Really?
Cooper
I thought 2 were garbage.
No, the one to DBJ was garbage, but still, that gave us a chance for an onside kick and whatever. But that was the only one that was garbage. He had freaking touchdown dropped.
Oh, that's true too.
But nonetheless,
we both are still sitting.
We're not. It's not like we're sitting here pretty. And you have to hope you fire your offensive coordinator, but your defense is good enough to keep you in every game. That's all I'm saying.
I'm writing off this season already.
That's fine.
I'm waving the white.
I'll do the same thing if we lose to the Bucks. I'll do the same thing.
Only because Steelers aren't the. I'm realizing even for a horrendous coach in Matt Canada, Steelers are not a team to fire mid-season.
Yeah, the Browns aren't either, apparently. Fucking Joe Woods still has a job.
So Matt Canada is going to be our offensive coordinator for the rest of the year. Will our defense maybe win us a game? Sure. They'll keep us in games? Sure. But when it comes down to it, we're going to need the offensive plays that I don't think we're going to get unless, Ben Roethlisberger is up in the booth calling the plays. We're not going to get it. B. What was B? I forgot what B was. Anyway, I'm writing it off. I'm just focusing on the production of Kenny Pickett for the rest of the year, preparing him for a new offensive coordinator next year because I can almost guarantee Canada will be fired. Steelers aren't just an organization that fires midseason. They wait for your contract to expire, or if you're really bad, i.e. Matt Canada, you will be fired at the end of the year. So just... Yeah, I sat back and look. I see all these Steelers fans on Facebook. They're more than likely the Cleveland or Ohio Steelers fans. The ones that are, not going to root for the Browns because they sucked for all these years. So let's root for the Steelers. Those are the ones that are spoiled. We're not. The fans from Pittsburgh. We're not going to sit here and say, "Oh, we still got we're gonna come back and we're gonna laugh in all these people's faces." No, we're not gonna do anything. Look at me. We suck. Right? Now, do we have some great pieces on defense? Absolutely. I think our defense is great. I think our secondary absolutely needs work. But also, a lot of on Facebook, a lot of these fans are just they're spoiled, and it's like. You're not going to start 14-0 with a rookie quarterback every time you get a new quarterback. You're just not. And, I think Kenny Pickett's looking great, other than that game against the Dolphins where he tried to force too much.
Yeah, but, he kept you in the game. He just
kept us in the game. He's keeping us in the games. His first start was against Buffalo. Of course they were going to get shellacked.
Yeah.
But other than that, he really hasn't looked bad. We had a bad game against the Eagles, but... that was expected. Eagles were flying high, and now they're flying low. So, yeah. But I don't really care. We get a high draft pick. I'll be good. I am holding out hope. I will say I'm writing off the season, but I am holding out hope that we figure out a way to keep Tomlin's winning record. That means we can only lose one more game, and our hardest games are Baltimore. Twice. We do have a favorable schedule to still make a run, but I'm still not going to hold out hope. If they get on a run, okay, cool. But
what are your I mean,
we have like Carolina, Atlanta, 2 games against Baltimore, you guys, and like
you have one other out of conference.
another.
Well, you could definitely beat
Vegas.
You can beat Carolina for sure. Atlanta will be tough, but you should be able to beat them. Your defense is good enough to beat both those teams.
Alone, yeah.
Vegas.
I
mean, who the fuck knows? I mean, you should at least compete with Vegas.
And that's a Christmas Eve game, so I think in Pittsburgh.
You should at least compete with Vegas with your defense. And then division games are division games. They can go either way.
Yeah.
So I mean,
I'm more focused.
I can understand why you're not at believe me, I'm believing all the Watson hype, and I'm hoping we could somehow beat Tom Brady. But you guys beat him, so maybe we can. I don't fucking know. But other than that, I got nothing.
And what we learned from this NFL season is
anything can happen.
Anything can happen. With that being said, let's move away from our last place team.
Yeah, really.
And talk about a team that is the hottest team in the NFL. And I know what y'all are going to say. You're going to say the Commanders? Nah. I'm going to say the Detroit Lions.
3 in a row.
Because they just beat the Giants. Everyone laughed when I picked them to beat the Giants. But they did. Everyone's going to laugh at me again this week.
Did you pick
Lions play Buffalo. Y'all are going to laugh. Yeah. So, without further ado. Oh, by the way, Rams waived Henderson.
Darrell Henderson, yeah.
And Broncos waived Gordon. So, 2 big running backs on the market for teams that need one.
How did we do in picks last week?
Yeah. I finished 7-7. You finished 9-5. So I have a 6-game lead now. It was 8 last week.
Hey, a couple more weeks, maybe I get lucky. Probably not, but
Maybe.
we'll see. We'll see.
All right. So Thanksgiving time, turkey time. 3
Yes.
games.
3
Bills,
games.
Lions. Who you have?
I'm taking the Bills. It'll be fun to watch. It'll be exciting to have a Lions game that you actually enjoy because I think both these offenses will put up some
this
points,
is gonna be
and
an offensive game.
yeah, it should be fun to watch for
It's
sure.
gonna be fun, and it's gonna be fun when Detroit beats Buffalo because that's who I'm picking. The Detroit Lions. Yes. Beginning of the season, would I have said that? Hell, no. But the Lions are riding high. I mean, I believe everything Dan Campbell says. Like, I feel like I'm in the locker room
Hey.
accepting his speeches at the end of the game. The dude's like crying, talking about his team. And who doesn't want to play for a guy like that? They're going to play their asses off. Buffalo's in Detroit again. They're not going to win 2 games straight in Detroit. Lions taking them out. 5-6 Lions. Lions going to make a run at the playoffs.
All right, next Thanksgiving game we have the Giants going to the Dallas Cowboys. Cowboys coming off an impressive win over the Vikings.
Dear God.
Nobody saw that coming. Yeah.
They are them boys.
Division game.
Jesus.
Both teams 7-3. Every team in the NFC least over 500. How about that?
Freaking go.
That's crazy. Good for them. Way to pick it up. Way to pick it up.
NFC
Love to see it.
East. Finally.
So yeah, we got the G-men.
Finally, we can say the East.
Yeah. We got the G-men traveling to Dallas. Who you got?
The G-Man.
You taking the G-men?
No,
No?
I'm not.
You taking the
I'm
Cowboys?
Dallas
Taking
because
them
holy
boys?
Shit.
Yeah.
I mean, Dallas. They are them boys. I mean, they said, "Fuck Minnesota." They say Kirk Cousins who? Justin Jefferson who? Y'all shit. Let's do the word. I don't know what that is. I'm taking Dallas.
I'm also going to take the Cowboys. That defense is nasty. And if they can shut down Saquon, you got to make Danny Dimes make plays. I'll take that.
And I'm not going
I'll
to
take that all day.
take Danny Dimes making
All right.
plays.
For the Thanksgiving evening game, when you're all full and stuffed and ready to go to sleep, you got the Patriots going to those same Vikings who got mollywopped
At home.
at home. Vikings at home again, hosting the Patriots. Patriots coming off of a punt return, walk-off win against the Jets. After it was a 3-3 game, I heard it was terrible to
But
watch.
that wasn't Zach Wilson's fault.
Zach Wilson, what a joke.
Banging moms.
I'm going to take the Vikings. I see them bouncing back off that horrendous loss. They took their players out early because they knew they played Thursday. And you know what? They're a better team, in my opinion, than the Patriots. They have better talent, and they're not going to just put up 10 points, I think, against this defense. So we'll see.
Patriots offense, not. I don't trust them. The one week they could, run all over a team. The next week, Mac Jones is throwing like 4 interceptions or throws for like 80 yards or some shit like that. So I'm taking Minnesota. I think they're going to have a big bounce back game.
All right. Next, we have Bucks at Browns. I'm going to go ahead and take the Bucks because every time I pick against the Browns, they win, and that's all I want.
Yeah, I was in between on this game, honestly. I feel like I got to eat my words when I say this, but Bucks, don't know what we're going to get from them. Browns are at home.
Yeah, it's a home game for the Browns.
They are at home. I'm not sitting here saying the Browns are going to make a run. The Browns at home against a Bucks team that's still kind of reeling in. I mean, we beat the Bucks with our practice squad secondary, so I'm taking Cleveland.
Hey, I love to see it. I love to see it. If we can win this game,
all this crap I've been giving you.
I mean, I'll take it. Next, this is talking about a terrible fucking game. You got the Broncos versus the Panthers. Sam Darnold making the first start of the year, baby.
Sam Darnold
4
against
different
Russell
quarterbacks.
Wilson is literally the worst matchup of the season.
I mean,
Like, I take Davis Mills against, like, freaking
they
whoever the fuck.
they both have pretty solid defenses.
Yeah, good for them. I'm taking Denver. I'm not really going to comment on this game.
I'm going to take
This
Denver
is
as well.
literally the only game this season I would never tune in.
Next, we have the Ravens traveling to Jacksonville to take on the Jags. I'm taking Baltimore.
I'm taking Baltimore. I don't trust Jacksonville.
We have
Never will.
we have the Miami Dolphins hosting Houston, taking Miami.
What are these games, Miami?
Hey, here's a good one.
Oh, here we go.
We got Bears going to face the Jets, Jets.
Jets, fall apart. I'm taking Chicago.
See, I love the Jets defense, but Zach Wilson is
Fields,
Jackson.
Justin Fields could easily triple Zach Wilson's numbers with a messed up right shoulder.
You know what's fucked up about this whole
His throwing shoulder.
Zach Wilson
That's his
thing?
throwing
I know.
shoulder.
I hear you.
Zach Wilson is crap.
Zach Wilson went number 2 overall out of fucking BYU after a fucking 2020 season when they played scrubs. And Justin Fields didn't go to like 13 when he played at one of the best schools in the nation.
So you're taking Chicago.
Against top tier talent. I'm taking Chicago, and I hope Justin Fields makes the Jets regret the day they took fucking Zach Wilson over him.
We're taking. Think about this.
The Bears.
We are confidently taking the last place in the NFC East, or last place team in the NFC over
A 6-4
6 and 4.
Jets, all because of their quarterback play.
Yeah.
Oh, next here we have a good one. We have the 6-4 Bengals traveling to Tennessee to take on the Titans.
Ooh.
Mike Vrabel's Titans. He has those boys playing for him. They're at home. I'm taking the Titans, baby.
I'm taking the Titans. Tighten up.
We need those Bengals to lose too.
Yeah, we need all of them. Shit.
We took the
I'm
Ravens.
picking Jackson.
Next, we have the Falcons going on the road to take on the Commies.
Oh, you already know.
We're taking
Where are
the-
the chains?
right.
We need Taylor Heineke.
We're taking the
Right now,
Commies all
taking the
day.
Commies.
Next, we have the Chargers traveling to Arizona to take on the Cardinals. Who you got? It's an interesting game. It's
Chargers are literally the most overhyped, overrated team every single year. But
they're-
the Cardinals
they're-
are not a second half team, so I'm taking the Chargers.
yeah, Cardinals, in my opinion, are also overhyped. Kyler hasn't played since that new Call of Duty came out. Coincidence? Maybe
he hurt-
not.
hurt his
Um,
thumbs or something.
his hamstring's a little tight. You know, can't really tell if that's fixed or not. It's all about the quarterback say.
Kyler Murray, he's not here right now.
Yeah, Colt McCoy could be making the start again, but it sounds like Kyler will be back. I'm taking the Chargers. They competed with the Chiefs. Chiefs, are, like you said,
You know
are the best
how
team in the league. So
You know how
I'm
I've
taking the
been,
Chargers.
very consistent with coaching firings.
Yeah.
Whenever I call it,
Yeah, you
gonna
called
happen. Because what was it? Stupid Texans guy,
it.
Bill O'Brien.
Bill O'Brien. We called Urban Meyer too.
Urban Meyer.
Yep.
Now I will call Cliff Kingsbury will be fired
Wow.
after Week 18.
Wow. All right. Well, to be determined on that.
Yep.
Next, we have the Raiders traveling to Seattle to take on the Seahawks. Seahawks coming off a bye. Seahawks have played very well at home. Raiders had a nice overtime win over
Really
Denver,
unbeatable at
but
home.
yeah, Seattle at home is hard to pick against. I'm taking Seattle.
I'm taking Seattle because like the Raiders are just odd. Josh McDaniels is going to last like 2 years there in Seattle.
Yeah, there's rumors that they might buy out Derek Carr's contract at the end of the year, or
They're
just
broke.
let him go or whatever and draft a QB. I don't know.
Broke.
But if that happens, Devontae Adams, you got to think is back on the market. A team like the Steelers go ahead, Browns, maybe. I don't know.
The Steelers aren't
Yeah, I
that
know.
much on the offensive player.
Next, we have Rams and Chiefs Fox Game of the Week. It's in
Rams and Chiefs.
In,
Fox game of the week.
yeah.
Let's go.
In Kansas
That's
City.
Going to be a big game. Big game. Meaning the Chiefs are going to have a big game.
yeah,
Kansas
exactly.
City wins by 30.
Rams 3-7,
I'm
worst
kidding.
start.
20. I'll give them.
Rams worst start since coming off a Super Bowl win. 3-7, worst start in NFL history.
Kansas City, best team in the NFL.
Next, we have Saints and Niners. Niners, I think, are the best team in the NFC. At home, I'm taking the Niners.
I can agree with that. The NFC really doesn't have like a standout team in my opinion. The Eagles are 9-1, but they're so beatable. They are.
I mean,
They're beatable. I mean the Colts.
you can compete with them for sure. I mean,
the Eagles are reminding me of the 11-0 Steelers from 2020. All this hype at the beginning and then going to fall flat on their face. I won't be surprised if their first game in the playoffs down the road. San Francisco, I do agree, best team in the NFC, so I'm going to take the Niners.
all right. And then we have some Sunday Night Football. Speaking of those Eagles, they play at home against Aaron Rodgers and them Packers. Go Pack, go! They're 4-7, and if the Packers want to have any shot, they have to win out, just like the Browns do, just like the Steelers do. But they're going to the Eagles on Sunday night, holiday weekend. It's a tough place to play. I'm taking the Eagles.
It is a tough place to play. I want to take the Packers because I want to see the Eagles win. But I don't know.
Sunday night.
I just said what I said, so I got to take Green Bay.
All right. And then wrapping it up, Monday Night Football. We have your Pittsburgh Steelers facing the Indianapolis Colts.
Oh,
But
put that on your calendar. Oh,
But if you think about it, you have Jeff Saturday, third start, national television. Jeff Saturday won his first game and competed against a very good 8-1 team that they lost with under 2 minutes left to the Eagles. And then your Steelers have a good defense. It should be a close game. It should be a competitive
What
game.
does Mike Tomlin not do?
Lose on Monday night? I don't know.
taking Pittsburgh.
All right. I'm taking Pittsburgh as well. I like, first of all, they're on the road, but your defense is healthy.
we're facing 40-year-old Matt Ryan.
And your defense is healthy. And I think your defense keeps you in that game. If you can stop Jonathan Taylor, then you'll win the game, in my opinion. That's what it comes down to.
And that's someone we can stop. We can't pass. We can't really stop the passing game now. Last year is the run. This year it's the pass. But the Colts have no passing game.
And it shows, the Colts show that they run the ball, and that they chew the clock, and they keep the ball away, and that's how they stay in that game with the Eagles. But if you could stop the run and get the ball back, Pickett should have plenty of opportunities against a defense that isn't anything special. They're there, they're pretty good, but if he doesn't make too many mistakes, there's no reason why you guys can't compete and win this game.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, definitely. And hot take. Detroit and Washington will make the playoffs.
Hey, that is a hot take. Washington's 6-5.
Not really a hot take.
For Washington, I mean, they're above 500, but they are in last place in their division, so it makes it difficult. They're going to have to get a wild card spot.
Right now,
Detroit's 4-7,
Detroit's 4-6.
4-6. So they're still under 500, and they still have to make a run.
I think
So that's definitely a hot take. I'll check right now.
yeah, they're either 4-6 or 4-7. If they're 4-6, it's more doable.
They're 4-6. They're 4-6. They have 11 games left.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
definitely can.
they definitely can.
And I'm sure their toughest game is Buffalo.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And
Yeah.
then after that, who knows?
I mean, their division's not.
division's
You
not-
could win any game in their division.
Even Minnesota.
I mean, you saw what Dallas just did to them. So,
I mean, Detroit's not Dallas, but
but you got,
it
but
just shows that Minnesota is beatable.
and Detroit's going to go into every game playing for their coach. So they're going to show up. Will they win every game? No, but they're going to play in every fucking game. You can't say that about all these teams. You think the Colts are going to show up for every game you know what I mean? Like, teams that are out aren't going to show up. This team plays for their coach, and they're going to be in every game. And
I
so
don't know why I just said Detroit's not Dallas. Detroit could beat Dallas. I don't know what I'm saying.
Detroit probably could match up well with Dallas.
I'm just hyped. This is like the first meaningful game for Detroit in a while on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, no, it's a huge game. If they can win this game,
I mean, they're on the map if
yeah,
they win this
100%.
I mean,
100%.
Who would have thought we would be talking great about Detroit? Because if you remember, they started 1-0 this season.
Yeah, and then
they
couldn't win a game.
They had a close loss or something, and then just got wiped out by New England. It's like, oh, Detroit's
Yeah.
still Detroit.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden, just something lit their ass on fire.
Something clicked, and they're humming now.
Yeah, for sure. All right, well, that's fun. So that's all we have.
Yeah.
Tune in next time.
Yeah, enjoy your Thanksgiving Day games. You got one at 12, 4, and 8:20. Every team
They're
is
all
playing
pretty
this
good
week.
games
Yeah.
to watch. I mean, I don't think any of them are really that bad.
No. I mean, definitely tune into all of them. They should all be competitive.
Yeah.
We've got Ohio State taking on the team from up north this week for a chance to play in the Big Ten championship game. Penn State
Penn
playing.
State plays at home. Last home game for Sean Clifford. So they're looking to finish the season 10-2.
Hey.
Have no shot at the Big Ten title, but it's all good.
Hey.
10-2, I'll take.
Like you said, you could be playing Alabama or Clemson.
Alabama or Clemson most likely, and that's what I've been waiting for. So
Yeah.
have Clifford go out with a bang and beat Alabama. That would be nice.
I'd love it.
He
I'd love it.
redeem himself, honestly, in my opinion. Beat Nick Saban and this high-powered Alabama team who's already lost as many games as us.
Yeah,
Get out of here.
definitely.
So.
And then Sunday we got our full slate. No teams on buys this week, so it's good for your fantasy lineups. You play your best players. And
I finally get to play my full lineup. I'm 9.
You're playing me this week.
Yeah, I'm 9-2.
You're favored by
Best team
7
in the
points.
league.
I'm in
Best
first place in my
team
division.
in the league.
I'm in first place in my division.
At 6-4. I'm first place in my division.
I'm 7-4.
9-2.
7-4.
Sorry.
7-4.
So that's all we have. Tune in
Yeah.
next time.
Have a good one. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.